Ever notice how the harder you try to force a conversation, the quicker it dies? You're like, "Hey, how are you?" And 2 seconds later, awkward silence. It's over. But then someone else walks into the room, says barely a few words, and suddenly everyone is locked in. It's not that they're better looking, funnier, or wildly confident. It's something deeper. When they speak, the vibe shifts. Their words have actual weight. The secret isn't about talking more. It's about saying less, but meaning every single word. The Stoics figured this out 2,000 years ago. Presence beats performance every time. Today, I'm going to show you 6 simple phrases and one specific mindset that naturally make people want to be around you. No faking it, no manipulation, no performing. And heads up, number 4 is the one everyone gets wrong. Principle 1. Tell me more about that. 4 simple words, but they open doors most people keep shut. Imagine someone says, "I've been learning guitar." Now, what do most people do? They turn it into a competition. "Oh yeah, I played in college." Or, "You gotta try this app I used." Boom, the spotlight shifts right back to their ego. The connection is broken. Now imagine you simply say, "Tell me more about that." And then you stop talking. You listen, not to come up with a reply, not to sound smart, but to actually understand. That is where real connection starts. Most people spend their whole lives waiting for someone who genuinely wants to listen to them. When they finally meet that person, they never forget it. Epictetus said we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we can listen twice as much as we speak. Listening isn't just sitting there, it's presence. It tells the other person, "You matter enough for me to be quiet." When you speak less and listen deep, people don't leave thinking you were interesting. They leave feeling like they were interesting. And that feeling is exactly why they'll want to see you again. Principle 2. I don't know. 3 words that almost nobody has the guts to say. When someone asks your opinion on something you don't understand, the instinct is to fake it. You try to sound clever, throwing out something vague just to get by. But people can smell the pretense. The tone feels off. You're looking for approval, and trust fades instantly. Now picture someone confident enough to just say, "I don't know," calmly. No apology, no excuses. That honesty changes the whole atmosphere. Because if they're honest about what they don't know, you can probably trust what they do know. Socrates nailed this when he said, "I know that I know nothing." That wasn't fake humility, it was wisdom. Knowledge starts where arrogance ends. Insecure people need to look like they know everything. Secure people are at peace admitting they don't. Saying "I don't know" isn't weakness, it's clarity. It shows strength. And weirdly enough, that's what makes people listen when you actually do speak. Principle 3. That sounds hard. When someone opens up about something painful, stress at work, a breakup, a personal failure, your gut reaction is to fix it. "You should try this," or "When that happened to me, I did that." You mean well, but what they hear isn't empathy. It feels like judgment. Instead, just say, "That sounds hard." You're not trying to solve the puzzle. You aren't minimizing their pain, you're acknowledging it. Marcus Aurelius wrote about being tolerant with others and strict with yourself. Most people do the exact opposite. They rush to fix everyone else while making excuses for their own flaws. But real strength is gentle. When you say, "That sounds hard," you give someone permission to feel without having to defend themselves. And in that space, people start to heal. Not because you gave advice, but because you offered your presence. They don't need your solution, they need your stillness. Principle 4. The power of silence. This is the hardest one and the most misunderstood. Most people are terrified of silence. The moment there's a pause in the conversation, they panic. They fill it with meaningless chatter, random stories, nervous laughter. They think silence means failure, but silence is strength. Watch someone who's comfortable with it. In a group, they speak rarely, but when they do, everyone listens. Because their silence creates anticipation. It signals that what's coming next matters. They don't rush to fill the air. They let the silence do the heavy lifting. Seneca said, "Silence is a lesson learned through many sufferings." Those who have faced themselves stop fearing the quiet. They realize silence isn't empty, it's full of attention, full of power. When you stop running from silence, you stop running from yourself. You listen better, you think clearer, and your words start to carry weight. You no longer speak to fill space, you speak to deliver meaning. Master this, and people will lean in before you even open your mouth. Principle 5. I appreciate you. 3 words, but they hit way deeper than thank you. Thank you is transactional. It recognizes an action. You helped me move. You fixed my problem. I appreciate you recognizes the person, not the task. It says, I see who you are. When you tell someone, I appreciate you, you're acknowledging their character, not their usefulness, and that changes everything. Marcus Aurelius started his mornings reflecting on the people around him, grateful not for what they did, but for the kind of humans they were. He knew that recognizing virtue is what keeps our own virtue alive. Use this phrase sparingly, but sincerely. When someone shows consistency, loyalty, or kindness, that's when it matters. Recognition like that builds a bond no transaction ever could. In a world that values productivity over humanity, being the person who actually sees others is revolutionary. Principle 6. No. The hardest word to say and the most liberating. People ask for your time, your energy, your attention. And even when you don't want to, you say yes out of guilt, habit, or fear of disappointing them. But every time you say yes to something that doesn't matter, you are silently saying no to what does. Your peace, your focus, your growth. Epictetus wrote, "First learn the meaning of what you say, then speak." Every yes has a cost. If your yes is automatic, it means nothing. Watch someone who has learned to say no. They pause, they consider, and if the answer is no, they simply say it. No apology, no long excuses. That clarity commands respect, because when people know your no is real, your yes becomes powerful. Boundaries don't push people away, they filter them. They repel the ones who just wanted your availability and attract the ones who respect your value. Conclusion. These 6 phrases, curiosity, honesty, validation, silence, appreciation, and boundaries, aren't social tricks. They are reflections of character. They don't require a performance. They require presence. Be curious enough to listen, humble enough to say, I don't know, gentle enough to validate, calm enough to sit in silence, aware enough to recognize others, and strong enough to protect your time. The Stoics understood this perfectly. Attraction isn't about adding more noise. It's about subtracting what's unnecessary, the need to impress, the fear of rejection. The moment you stop performing, people finally start paying attention, not just to your words, but to who you are when you speak them. If this changed how you see communication, leave a comment below. Which of these 6 phrases are you going to practice in the next 24 hours? And if you want to keep growing in calm, presence, and self-mastery, subscribe to Book Nestle, where you'll build the habit of protecting your peace and strengthening your mind one day at a time.